Well, my clock says it's noon in Wyoming, which means it should be 8 o'clock on Malta, 7 o'clock on the UK, probably 2 o'clock in the afternoon where Charlie, PVT is, and whoever else is joining us. It's time for the 9H-HAM GlobalNet. This is November 7, Alpha Papa Whiskey. I'll take a pause for any traffic or emergency traffic before I start the net. Hearing none, QST, QST, QST. This is November 7, Alpha Papa Whiskey, net control station for this evening session of the 9H-HAM GlobalNet. The net meets every 2 weeks on Thursday at this time, exactly, 8 o'clock Malta time, noon in Montana and Wyoming. I happen to be in Wyoming. And everybody who is licensed is welcome to check in, say hello. It's a very informal net, and we'd like to hear everybody's voices and how everybody has been. I'd like to thank the trustees of the Maltese Repeaters and the work that Anthony and Stephen do behind the scenes, connecting to YouTube and other places and running the net live over YouTube and leaving a copy of the net for those who may have missed it and would like to hear it. And so there's a lot of behind the scene work going on, and I'd like to thank everybody. I'm definitely not going to start listing people because I know I'll forget people, and that's not nice. Anyway, let's start the net. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for checking in. I certainly hope everybody's having a nice summer. It is going to be 40 degrees Celsius here today, but so far summer has been kind to us, and that means that the temperature gets high, but after 2 days it goes back into somewhere in the neighborhood of 30, 32 degrees Celsius, and that's just fine by me. So, without any delay, let me take check-ins from anybody, anywhere, and please go slow and leave a 5-second pause so that I can keep up. This is November 7 Alpha Papa Whiskey Net Control for the 9H-HAM GlobalNet, taking check-ins. This is 9 Hotel 1, Foxtrot, Bravo, Sierra. 9 Henry 1, Fox, Bravo, Sugar. Zero, Bravo, India Alpha, in G0, BIA. Good evening.
And listening in at the moment.
WB4 PVT, Whiskey Bravo 4, Papa Victor Tango, Charlie.
This is 9 Hotel 5 Foxtrot Alpha. I believe I've doubled someone. I'm not sure if I came through or not. So this is 9 Hotel 5 Foxtrot Alpha checking in. And there's also Jonathan Galia here on Jitsi, who's listening in. 9 Hotel 1 Tango Lima, name is Chris.
Wow, that was perfect speed for me. I love it. Thank you, guys. I acknowledge 9H1FBS, Golf 0, Bravo, India, Alpha. Good evening, Ian. 9H5FA, WB4PVT, Charlie. Jonathan Galia, who's listening on Jitsi, and 9 Hotel 1, Tango Lima, Chris. Nice to hear your voice as well. Let's see. Any other check-ins before we go around to say hello? November 7, Alpha Papa Whiskey Net Control Station for this evening session of the 9H-HAM GlobalNet. Okay, hearing none. Thank you all for checking in. I hope everybody's staying cool. I'm trying to here, and it's working. I'll pass it over first to you, Charlie. Good evening. I hope you're doing well. 9 Hotel 1, Fox Bravo Sugar with the 9H-HAM Global Net, November 7, Alpha Papa Whiskey. What's happening in your world?
Whoops. November 7 Alpha Papa Whiskey, 9 Hotel 1 Foxtrot Bravo Sierra. It's going ground, Jerry and all who listen. Yes, welcome to all. We are the ones who make it happen because, besides the backroom boys who do all the work, but to have a net, of course, you have to have participants. So I welcome all, and still warm here, but not too bad. I can't stay too long, but I want to say hello to everybody, and hope you're having a nice in Malta Festa season. So you might hear a few bangs, but they haven't started yet tonight. We have a Festa or feast very, very close. San Juan, which is the next village between here and Nashar. Last week it was ours, the Baluta Festa, or Baluta Feast. I don't have a lot to say. What's going on in my world? Well, I made a salad today. I think I'm getting better at it, actually. I don't know if you have the same experience, guys, but if you turn your head to cooking, it seems to. I love it, but I used to do it when my mom was alive as well, and I'm getting the hang of it more. For example, today, instead of half an hour, I took about 15 minutes to do what I had to do. Okay, I'll shoot it back over to you, Jerry, and you all have a good evening, good afternoon, and of course, nice to hear Ian. I know that he was busy somewhere else, but I'll leave him tell that. And 7APW, 9H-HAM with the 9H-HAM GlobalNet.
Okay, very good, Charlie. Chef Charlie. Now you will have to just open up a business called Chez Charlie and cook as Chef Charlie, and you'll be all set. Very good, Charlie. I'm glad you're doing well. Ian, good evening to you. Haven't heard you in a while because I haven't checked in a while. Gov or BIA, I hope everything is well with you as well. And 7APW with the 9H-HAM GlobalNet.
And November 7, Alpha Papa Whiskey with 9SL1 FPS, Whiskey Bravo 4, Papa Victor Tango, and Anthony there, 9SL5 Fox Alpha. Very good evening, everybody. Well, not really having a wonderful time, alive and kicking, well, at least I am, HI. My ex-YL has had a rough time since Sunday lunchtime. She had a TIA, and for those who aren't familiar, that's a small stroke, a mini stroke. So we spent the afternoon on Sunday in the A&E department of our James Cook University Hospital. It's as big as Meta D out there in Malta, and they let us home at the end of the day when she'd come round and they made assessments and done all the testing. We went back on Monday to a stroke clinic to see how things were going. And we came home. We had Tuesday off. And on Wednesday, just coming up to 4 o'clock in the afternoon, got another one. And they were different. They were different. The first one, she couldn't get her words out properly. And the second one, she could get speech out, but it was slurred. So it was a question of more time in A&E from 5 o'clock until 2 o'clock in the morning, or 1 o'clock in the morning this morning. So and we've been back again this afternoon to see a consultant. And we're pleased to hear that she thought she had blocked arteries in the carotid. She'd had one operated on last year, in August, in fact. And they said it wouldn't happen again. Never say never. However, she's been told this afternoon they're not blocked, and we think the thinking is that the blood pressure has caused it. So there we go. So she's back home. Some more pills, and we're going to keep a close eye on it. And we've actually got the consultant on tap during working hours, should it happen again, and we hope it doesn't. So that's it, gents. Temperature-wise, well, I can settle for 19 degrees outside at the moment. Nice, pleasant evening, and 23 Celsius in the house. I'll just listen for a short while, and I shall disappear. Where were we? November 7, Alpha Papa Whiskey, Golf Zero, Bravo, India Alpha.
Thank you, Ian. Golf Zero Bravo India Alpha, November 7, Alpha Papa Whiskey. We're all sorry to hear about what your wife is going through right now, and we all, I'm sure, wish her a very speedy recovery. It does get challenging at times. I've been there, and it just grabs your life and changes it for a while. But hopefully everything will be okay, and things return back to a sense of normalcy. And thank you for the report. Obviously, a lot of people know you well, and I wish you both very well and the best wishes, and so do I, of course. All right, let's see. Who is next? 9 Hotel 5 Foxtrot Alpha. It's your turn. It's your turn, Anthony, and I hope you're able to speak. I know you have a bad cold today. 9H-5FA with the 9H-HAM GlobalNet, November 7, Alpha Papa Whiskey.
November 7 Alpha Papa Whiskey. I have just heard 9H5 Japan Lima breaking in, so we might add him to the check-in list, and I'm sure he would like to participate. So from my end, yeah, I mean, I'm fine. I've got this nasty cough which sometimes hits in the least you wanted to hit in. And first of all, I want to thank you, Jerry, because today, originally, I was going to have a go at calling the net myself. And then Jerry sort of offered saying, okay, if you just start coughing, sorry, which at the moment I am, it's going to be a bit difficult to do so. So he offered to take it up himself. Thanks, Jerry, for that. Today is the 35th edition of the 9H-HAM GlobalNet. So, assuming we've been doing that for once every 2 weeks, we've been going on strong for about 70 weeks, which is about a year and a half, which is actually quite impressive. I know we stopped for a short period and skipped one here and there, which means it's been going on for even more than 1.5 years. Yeah, which is quite impressive. I think we should thank everyone. I mean, we're a small community on this net, and it's still kept on going. At the moment, I'm seeing as well on GlobalNet, there's Jonathan Gaia, who I already mentioned, and there's Chris, 9H, I think it's 1 Tango Sierra. Okay. Sorry, 1 Tango Lima. Okay. Who's on GC as well, besides having checked in. So we're seeing him and listening to him. Back to you. Yeah, first of all, well, heat. Yeah, Malta, heat. Yeah, if you want to burn, come to Malta at this time of the year. August, you'll burn pretty nice. Air conditioners, they might be useful. Sometimes they're not, depends on what time of day. So this is the month of suffering. Unless you like to live by the sea, that's a different story. Back to you, Net Control. This is 9 Hotel 5 Foxtrot Alpha. Back to November 7 Alpha Papa Whiskey.
Well, I'll tell you, if I had to be on Malta right now, I would be living in the sea, not at the sea. Very good, Anthony. Thank you very much. And I got Joe checked in, 9 Hotel 1, Juliet Lima, and I have hopefully everybody in line. So, Charlie, how are you, and how is the heat in your part of the world? WB4 PVT and 7APW with the 9H-HAM GlobalNet.
This is W4 PVT. It's rather warm. It's 35 Celsius here, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. We had a few days that it dropped and was rather comfortable, but looks like the heat's coming up. We have thunderstorms just about every other night or evening with the lightning, which I shut down the local repeater here. I just got a package today. One of my test sets takes a lithium coin battery, pretty much what you would have in a computer. It's a 2325, which I think the computers use a 2320 lithium battery. It came in a box that is 10 by 6 inches or 25 by 15 centimeters. It's a rather large box just for that one lithium battery. It also picked up a holder for the battery because the test set has a soldered-in battery, and I was going to replace it with one that I could just pop the battery out. And on the side, I guess the reason the box is so large is all over the box there's warnings about forbidden in passenger aircraft, warning lithium battery, and it gives telephone numbers to call just in case. So I guess that's why the box was so large. Rather lightweight, but rather large just for a coin battery, and 2 little holders for it, which would easily sit in the palm of your hand without any problem. The other thing, too, is I was talking to Charles a few days ago, 9H-1FDS. I was injured in my karate class a few weeks ago. A girl was trying to sweep me and throw me down, and I tried to counter, and her knee came up into my leg, right leg, about halfway between my kneecap and ankle. And boy, did it hurt. And then that night it swelled up almost the size of a tennis ball. A tennis ball now. I mean, I've never seen anything that large. And then the next day it went down. Then my foot turned black and blue. And I finally went to the doctor after 11 days. And he said that the black and blue in the foot was due to the blood that was in the middle of my leg. It just ran down. And they took x-rays. So everything's fine. Going back tonight to see if they can beat me up again. Never have trouble if I go up against a guy, but if there's a girl involved, I get injured. That's pretty much what's going on here, and glad to hear you on, Joe. It's been a while. This is W4PVT. Over.
Okay, very good, Charlie. Well, and you're going back for more, huh? My goodness, I don't think I would. Of course, I'm old and brittle now. This is November 7, Alpha Papa Whiskey Net Control Station for this evening's edition of the 9H-HAM GlobalNet. And it's been going on for a year and a half. That's not bad. That's impressive, actually, to be very honest. Let me go further down the list, say hello to Jonathan Gallia, who always listens on Jitsi, and that's very nice. And I hope you get your ticket soon, Jonathan. And I'll go over to Chris. Chris, good evening to you. It's nice to hear your voice. And I wonder if you have anything to add to the net. And I want to know where people are going to swim these days. Any bahia will do. 9 Hotel 1 Tango Lima with the 9H-HAM Global Net and 7 APW.
And 7 APW, this is 9 Hotel 1 Tango Lima Chris. And it's a small part of few messages back. I was handling a delivery. I just caught a part of the conversation by someone with a G0 call sign. I did get the part with the carotid artery problem, wishing her speedy recovery. I happen to be involved in 2 carotid artery surgeries today, and I just wanted to say that usually they do quite well with the procedure. So that's some words of encouragement there. As for Charlie, WD4PVT, I enjoyed during the karate lesson. I used to do martial arts in the past, and I had to stop actually because of a leg injury. It was a meniscal tear, it was a tear in the knee joint. So I do miss that, and quite envious that you're still doing that. Martial arts is really, really fun. A message to Anthony Bennett. I'm really admiring his ability to follow. Okay, getting some feedback there. I'm really admiring his ability to follow the repeater, YouTube, and Jitsi as well. That's something that I'm trying to do right now, and I'm struggling really, really badly. So although I'm in air conditioner, I'm actually sweating really hard because I just can't keep up. So props to you and congratulations with managing to do that. I also tried to get on DroidStar, and I signed up onto DroidStar, got my CMR ID. So I'd appreciate your help later on, Anthony, maybe during this weekend or next week to help me set it up. Okay, over to Net Control, November 7, Alpha Papa Whiskey from 9 Hotel 1 Tango Lima Chris.
Chris, yeah, DroidStar can be a bit challenging. In fact, I got an update, and all of a sudden the audio disappeared. And then you go on the forums and figure it out. But I'm sure that you'll figure it out. It's a very handy tool, especially when you want to disconnect from a talk group that's very busy. It'll do it automatically and instantly for you, which is great. This is 9H Mellow. This is November 7 Alpha Papa Whiskey Net Control Station for this evening session of the 9H-HAM Global Net. Joe, how are you doing? 9 Hotel 1 Juliet Lima with the net November 7 Alpha Papa Whiskey.
Afternoon to the guys in Malta, and I think it's been good morning for you guys. Not too sure about it. You might have spent noon, and also Charlie there. So here you are, guys. I don't know if you are on Charlie. You have two water and go to it. And very well done for keeping this net going. Unfortunately, time is not right for me today. Dinner is running late. so I sneaked out of the house. This is in my front garden and catching up with you guys. Not too bad out here. Not too bad. Okay guys, very good then. Hi Charlie, nice to meet you there. You guys have everything for you there for sure. Going back to the going to go to your own. Okay, very good. I don't want to keep it too long. I might disappear. So, but you're always catching me on the repeater, guys. Oh, during the day. What else? How was it about? I'm on the repeater. So give me a call. I'll be more than happy to come back to you there. Right, back to net controller. 78PW 9H1 Japan.
Good, Joe. 9H1 Japan Lima, November 7 Alpha Papa Whiskey. It was a bit of a rough copy, but then at the end there, yeah, you must have started walking and it just got crystal clear. You know, we got all your best wishes for everybody, but before you go, I'll give it back to you because you seem to be in a better location. If you have, excuse me, anything else to add to anybody on the net listening, Joe, go ahead.
Sitting on a bench out here, so hopefully you can copy me okay. Could be I'm on a lower power than high power. I'm on the second VFO using the FT1D over here, but most probably because I'm on the second VFO and it's set for lower power. Hope you're copying me there, and okay, thanks a lot there for drawing my attention there that I was not making it properly into the box. But this box been going on for quite a long time, and thanks to Marco 9H5 and Marco 9H1GP, it's still going strong. So make use of it, guys, and get the new guys to come in also, because unfortunately I haven't heard the new guys on the air, especially with voice. This digital stuff going on, it keeps them away from voice. Back to you there, Jerry. N7APW 9H1 Japan.
Okay, very good, Joe. 100% copy. Put an X over there. It's a perfect site. You don't even have any white noise on your signal. It's a Q5 copy, perfect, and I mean perfect. It's just a beautiful copy. So X marks your spot. All right, Joe. Yeah, I'd like to hear the new licensees as well, and I'll have to start waking up earlier so I can get on the 9H1 UHF repeater, so I can talk to you maybe sometime during the week as well. Alrighty, this is November 7 Alpha Papa Whiskey Net Control Station for this evening's session of the 9H-HAM GlobalNet. Let's see if there are any other check-ins. Come now, please. Okay, does anybody else want to check into the 9H-HAM GlobalNet? N7APW standing by.
For Papa Whiskey, this is 9 Hotel 1 Sierra Fox. 9 Hotel 1 Sierra Fox.
Well, good evening to you, Stephen. Thank you for checking in. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're enjoying summer and doing something exciting and interesting, apart from work, which is always exciting and interesting, especially on your days off. All right, I'll behave. I'll pass it back to you. 9 Hotel 1 Sugar Foxtrot with the 9H-HAM GlobalNet and 7APW.
Very good, Jerry. Well, good evening from our side anyway. November 7 Alpha Papa Whiskey, 9 Hotel 1 Sierra Fox returning. Okay, not much to tell you. Besides, it's hot, hot, hot. Lots of jellyfish in the sea. Extremely lot of jellyfish in the sea. Sea temperature is really, really warm also. And not really much to say. Besides, we've just finished the 6th element. If I'm not mistaken, the 5 element for 6 meters, which should be going up on the tower on Saturday. So nearly all the antennas are complete. We'll have another space, we'll have a bit more space for another antenna to come up. But hopefully, you know, in time everything will be ready. We're working on the rotator. I think I'm not sure if I'll be here for the next net, but I will send a message if not, because I'll be abroad. I'll be abroad from next week, next Friday of next week, and hopefully I'm there for a week and a bit more actually. Leave on Friday, come back the Monday of the following week. So anyway, okay, microphone back to you, Jerry, and I think there's someone that would like to say comment. I think there's Chris would like to speak also there. So I'll pass the microphone back to you, Jerry. November 7 Alpha Papa Whiskey. This is 9 Hotel 1 Sierra Fox.
Okay, very good, Stephen. 9H1 Sierra Fox, November 7 Alpha Papa Whiskey returning. Yeah, I like to include those weekends, one before and one after, wherever I'm going, especially when I used to travel for work, because at least you're not there to just work. You're there to see the place, and it's your own time. I like that. You know, the best days at work are the days when you're off, and I agree with that. All righty, let me pass it over to Chris. I know you had a comment. 9 Hotel 1 Juliet, 9 Hotel 1 Tango Lima, with the 9H-HAM GlobalNet, November 7 Alpha Papa Whiskey.
November 7 Alpha Papa Whiskey from 9 Hotel 1 Tango Lima Chris. Actually, I'm messing around on Jitsi, trying to get used to it. I didn't have any particular comments planned out, and there's a button here that says raise your hand, which I pressed, and it gave a little like a sticker with a hand on it, and since it said raise your hand, that's what I did. I raised my hand on the camera. So I guess you guys are under the impression that I wanted to interrupt. Okay, back to November 7 Alpha Papa Whiskey from 9 Hotel 1 Tango Lima Chris.
Boy, that brings memories of school. You raise your hand because you need to go to the bathroom and nobody notices. Okay, Chris. No, I understand. You're not interrupting. This is what the net is for, you know. Oh my goodness. And Stephen brought back a lot of memories about jellyfish. I avoided them like the plague. Once you get stung by a jellyfish, my goodness, it hurts is all I can say. And they float, and they don't make noise. And before you know it, especially if they come up on you from behind, you're hurting. This is 9H. No, this is November 7 Alpha Papa Whiskey. I almost put out my old 9H1 call sign. Net control station for this evening session of the 9H-HAM GlobalNet. You know what's doing this? My wife brought me a Maltese sandwich. You know, bread and tomato paste and oil and olives and ham and onions and garlic and everything that you need before you go take a nap. Does anybody have anything else for the net, or are there any other check-ins? Please come now.
Zero Bravo India Alpha. I'd like to check out, gentlemen, if you don't mind. As you heard earlier, some of you, it was a long night, not getting in till 2 o'clock in the morning after having 8 hours in A&E at our equivalent of your Metody. So if you let me go. Nice to hear Steve on, Chris on. I've written everybody down and they've won the logbook in the morning. So I wish everybody a very good evening from here in the UK. So Saha, Alayla Tayev from Golf Zero Bravo India Alpha. See you in a fortnight's time, gentlemen.
Ian, I hope everything gets better very, very soon, and please go rest. And I'll pause right now for anybody with any comment for Ian before he leaves, because he's had quite a challenging week.
Yes, Ian from 9H1 Japarim. I wish Georgina a speedy recovery there. And I'll be signing off also with you guys. Been nice hearing you there and catch up with you another time. 9H1 Japarim signing off also this Jerry. Alpha Papa Whiskey, 905 Foxtrot Alpha. Could you tell us something about Camino Island Radio? I know you had a pause and then you started again. Not sure what the situation is now. Would you like to give us an update about it? I've seen a link on Talwidna on Camino Island Radio. Back to you, Net Control. This is 9 Hotel 5 Foxtrot Alpha.
Yeah, I can do that. Camino Island Radio was a radio station that was online that I ran for a while. And then I discovered that a lot of people, because everybody, all the people who listened were in different time zones and different parts of the world, the listenership was dwindling to one or two. And so I've decided to keep generating the programs. And when we're talking about programs, they're a music program with oldies. Now, when you get to be my age, an oldie is music from the 50s and 60s and 70s. But what a radio station today classifies as oldies is the 70s, 80s, and 90s. So basically, I play music anywhere from way back in the 30s, the last century, 90 years ago, all the way up to the probably late 90s or early 2000s. So those are all now oldies. Or, you know, I heard a radio station say super oldies, okay, classic oldies, you know, vinyl. Okay, well, the records are coming back out on vinyl again, so anyway, but now instead of to hear it, I can send you a link to Mixcloud, which is a broadcasting service, and the program will be there. It's a 1-hour program once a week, and the link leads to the program, and you just listen and hopefully enjoy the choice of music and my, so to speak, melodious voice and laugh, and just reminisce a little and relax from everyday life. That's about it. If anybody wants to get on the list, simply send an email to Talwidna, 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 one word, at gmail.com. And I'll add you to the list, and about once a week, you'll get a short email. It says, oh, here's the latest program, and there's a link, and whenever you want to, it's an on-demand link. Whenever you want to, just click on it, and hopefully you'll enjoy the choice of music that I choose to play and reminisce, and but all that music has memories attached to it, to all of us, and hopefully the music I play mostly has good memories that are attached to it. If anybody has any questions, I'll take a pause. This is November 7th. Of course, everything is free. There is no money involved, no subscription. I just do it because I enjoy it. And obviously I've also received some very positive feedback. So I'll take a quick pause because I might have timed out the repeater. Shame on me. And if anybody has any questions or anything, just let me know. N7APW.
The 9H-HAM. Yeah, I just sent you an email now on talwidna@gmail.com. I wasn't aware of sort of mailing list or I don't think it's, or if it is there, I've missed it. I don't think it's listed on the actual Mixcloud page. But again, I might have missed it. But I sent you an email now, Jerry, so just add me to the list, and I'd be glad to receive notification. Back to you. November 7 Alpha Papa Whiskey. This is 9 Hotel Site, Foxtrot Alpha. Oh, another thing. I think couple of weeks back, the Tarfa Radio Club, right, had some social activities. Not sure if you want to say anything about them. I heard I've seen the Facebook page, so it seems they were very successful social activities. Amongst which there was a barbecue. I don't know if you want to sort of recount that. This was a club activity, it wasn't, but sort of there were a number of nice pics on the Mark Facebook page. Back to November 7 Alpha Papa Whiskey. This is 9 Hotel 5 Foxtrot Alpha.
Yeah, we had mentioned this a while back. It would be nice if people came on the net and told us what their favorite club is doing, what they are planning on doing, and it would be interesting to everybody, whether it's testing, a barbecue night, an ice cream social, day at the beach, a radio hunt or something like that. It's always nice, and I'm glad that the clubs are becoming active again. So if anybody has any information about anything that has happened or is happening or is going to happen, including the times of the meetings for the different clubs, I definitely, and everybody who is on the net will definitely appreciate it a lot. This is November 7, Alpha Papa Whiskey, net control station for this evening session of the 9H-HAM GlobalNet. I thought I had you on the distribution list, Anthony, but now that you sent me an email, I'll make sure that you're on it, because right after I finish our net here, I'm going to go out and, for a better choice of words, cough up a program. Anything else for the net, or does anybody else want to check in? And I'm not pulling your leg, Anthony. This is November 7, Alpha Papa Whiskey, net control station for this evening session of the 9H-HAM GlobalNet.
This is W4 PVT.
Go ahead, Charlie.
This is W4PVT. About a month ago, I mentioned that when I was in Malta, we had a reciprocal agreement, and I was going to be 9H/W4PVT. And I happened to go to the FCC website here in the United States and listed the countries that they did recognize for reciprocal agreement, and Malta was not on the list. And I was just wondering if that is a problem between the MCA and the FCC. I don't know, but I wondered if any follow-up on that, where if a Maltese came to the United States, would they be able to use their call sign here in the States? Over.
That's a good question. I thought that had been resolved decades ago, honestly, but maybe not. I remember when I got my 9H1 call sign, I couldn't do a 9H or a 9H1 Echo Foxtrot / W4 or W5 or whatever at the time. In fact, when I came here, in order to get my ham radio license again, I had to go through all the FCC exams. But let me give a pause. Maybe somebody has an answer. November 7, Alpha Papa Whiskey.
November 7, Alpha Papa Whiskey. This is 9 Hotel 5 Foxtrot Alpha. Yeah, I remember Charles WB4PVT bringing this up a couple of weeks ago. No, I don't have any further information. We can, things like these sort of reciprocal agreements. I've been thinking about this. To be honest, after when he brought it up the first time, I had thought a bit about it. These sort of reciprocal agreements probably are unlikely to happen unless there is some pressure from organizations, which clubs. So I'm not sure if any club in Malta would like to take this up with the MCA, with the Malta Communications Authority. It's unlikely that if individual people sort of query the MCA on this. They'll just sort of say the obvious. No, there's no reciprocal agreement, so that's it. I'm not sure exactly how to go about this. I'm not sure if anyone has any more suggestions, but I think this sort of pressure has got to be made by clubs rather than by individuals. Not sure what the others think. Back to you, not control. This is 9 Hotel 5 Foxtrot Alpha.
I wonder now if there's a list of where Maltese hams have reciprocal agreements or could operate. Obviously, I would think all members of the European Union, but you think there's more. People go to Australia, and while Malta is an island, it's extremely well connected to the world by air and by sea, and so you would think there'd be more, but yeah, maybe we need to look into it a bit and see what happens. And 7APW. Okie dokie. This is November 7, Alpha Papa Whiskey, Net Control Station for this evening session of the 9H-HAM GlobalNet. Does anybody have any other questions, traffic, or check-ins to the net before we call it a good net today? It's been a very nice net. And 7APW.
Okay, November 7 Alpha Papa Whiskey. This is 9 Hotel 1 Sierra Fox returning with the group again. Just come back what 9 Hotel 5 Foxtrot Alpha was talking about, the events up at the club there. Yes, we had two or three events all in one go actually. We did have a barbecue there, but we done it in collaboration with the scouts. They asked us if they can use the premises there, so we did, and we also joined in with the barbecue with them. The following week after that, the scouts returned again. This time with the band. They had rehearsals up there with the band and everything else. So they done another weekend there with the band and rehearsal with the kids and parade and whatever there in the grounds. Obviously they had all their instruments there, full drum kit and everything else was inside in the club. But anyway, they enjoyed themselves, and that was the whole the most important thing. And last Thursday, we were at the Aura next to the National Aquarium. There was the fair for the youths, and we took part by doing a display there. We had a stand there for amateur radio, and we done a display with amateur radio. We had our banners up, and like Anthony said, there's the photos there on Facebook. We had quite a lot of response from the youth there also, and just a bit of talking with them and that, and making more advertisements for the club also, which is the most important thing. But anyway, hopefully we'll have more events coming up. So like I was saying to you before, next Friday I'll be away off to Germany. That weekend I will be in Stuttgart, and the weekend after I'll be in Frankfurt. They're competing again, the wheelchair dancing, finally, after over 2.5 years. So I will be there in Stuttgart and hopefully in Frankfurt. If nothing happens in Frankfurt, they're just waiting on confirmation there because they haven't got many competitors taking part in this competition. So maybe I will be going there for nothing. But anyway, microphone back to you, and thank you once again for tonight's night. November 7 Alpha Papa Whiskey from 9 Hotel 1 Sierra Fox.
Well, very good, 9H1SF with the 9H-HAM GlobalNet and 7APW. Well, I wish you good luck on your competitions. Well, if the second one doesn't happen, you just take a short vacation. You're going to be there anyway. So, and I know if you're going for a purpose, then if it doesn't happen, it's disappointing. And I am very aware of that. And but it's nice to hear that the competitions are getting back on, and it's also nice to hear that the clubs are doing all these activities with youth and the club in mind. Summer's here. When I was a kid, and I was a kid a long time ago, but when I was a kid, we just spent the summer outside and swimming and walking around town with our friends and going for a walk, get an ice cream or fish and chips, and today's kids, 2 weeks after they finish school, they're bored. And honestly, I don't remember myself ever being bored. What I remember is I would start getting sad as the middle of September started rolling close because I'd have to go to school. So times have changed, and of course, even the way children play today is totally different than the way I was brought up. Anyway, we just were outside kind of kids, and Mom kind of knew wherever we were, and we always showed up for food, and we always showed up to sleep, and it was kind of a nice life. There was no kinda about it. It was a nice life. So I have some very fond memories of growing up on the island. November 7, Alpha Papa Whiskey Net Control Station for this evening's session of the 9H-HAM Global Net. Does anybody have anything else for the net? And thank you for all that information, everybody. This is November 7, Alpha Papa Whiskey, standing by. Okay, hearing none. We had a total of, let me see how many fingers I have, 9 check-ins, including myself. And before I leave, I'll just say the best drink in summer is a regatta, and the best thing to eat is a granita. That's it. I'm not saying any more. I'd like to thank everybody for checking into the net. As I said, we had a total of 9 check-ins. Let me see if that's correct. It is. I'd like to invite everybody to check in 2 weeks. Same day, same time, same place. And we'll have another edition of the 9H-HAM Global Net. That's right, 9H-HAM Global Net. I must be getting tired. It's my nap time. Thank you to everybody who has made this net possible, repeater trustees, the work that Anthony and Stephen do, the feed on YouTube, the Jitsi link, everything. Thank you for those who checked in through Jitsi as well. And I hope to hear and see I hope to hear everybody in about 2 weeks. With that in mind, be safe and the best health to everybody here, and take good care of yourself. This is November 7, Alpha Papa Whiskey, closing the net.